You want to learn how to make $1,000 to $10,000 per sale, right? Just raise your hand. I just want to see it. Because if you don't raise your hand, right, we need seats in here. It's fine.
He said it's fine, but we
need seats. Because what happens is, you know, this part of the business, you see all the people that's in here? I've been an investor for over 10 years, right? And I've had my ups and my downs. This is the coolest part of the gig. Because these houses, they smell bad. Some of them look bad. But the people, when we're able to connect with our team and our community, that's my favorite part. And that's the coolest part of the gig. And that's why we have this. And this is it's super optional. And to be honest, not everybody can do it. You understand? I know a lot of you are interested, and I like that, and we all like that. The thing is, not everyone can do it. So we're going to show you how we do it, and some of the struggles that we go through in our business. Because I know a lot of you are working to get this going. I want to get my first property. Who has their first investment property? You have one. Who's looking for their first deal? Looking for it, right? Who needs their first deal? Like, I need that. All right, see, that's good. To get to your first deal, the first real estate you got to invest in is this one. Right? That's what we learn how to do here. We learn to invest in the most important real estate. Right? You ever notice sometimes, the other real estate I want to talk about, you ever notice sometimes you don't feel good, or you got a flu, or you're sick? Right? At that one time, when you do not feel that well, what's the most important thing to you at that moment? To feel better. That's it. You really forget about all your problems. When you're sick in the bed, it's all about, listen, my body, right? I just want to recover so I can get back out there, right? So two things, right? My message to you as we begin, and thank you for, well, congratulations on being here, number one, because you don't have to be here, right? Thank you for your time, because you're bearing with us in terms, you know, putting all this stuff together. Take care of this real estate here, which is connected to your body. That's what we're going to talk about. All right. So now let me get some of this stuff up. Listen, I started and I just jumped in. And my first property I got with the help of my late mother, right? And you know, so this guy was telling me, one of my friends was telling me, yo, Joe, listen, all you need is a certain amount of money, just get like 10 grand and boom, you get into your first house. So I said, all right. So I said, Mom, you know, I got this guy, he said I could get into real estate. And she's like, all right, no problem. So now, if you ever want to get a house, no money down, no credit, just ask your mom.
That's what she gonna do. That's what she gonna
do. Right? So what I'm saying is, the reason why I say that is because a lot of times people feel that, hey, it's so hard to get that first deal. It's so hard to get real estate. It's so hard to get in, right? But if I put it in a different perspective, if I show you in a different light how it works, now you'd be like, oh yeah, maybe I could ask somebody. One of the things I've learned is that a relationship, right, could be worth even more than the money that you don't have in your pocket. True. If you know the right person or the right people around you, right, that's just as good as any currency. So I know Ron went over the currencies, right? You got time, knowledge, relationships is definitely one of them, right? And of course, money. What's the most important currency, you would say? Time, money, knowledge, relationships. Time, knowledge, relationships. Time. Time is obvious because you can't get it back, right? Definitely. I would say to me, the next one is knowledge. The next one, right? I'm gonna show you something. So, look at, I'm a family man, obviously. You understand? my daughter, my wife. Now this is me on the top of a roof. I can get my hands dirty. I do like to do that. Who got the candy? Oh, we're doing good in here today. And on the weekends, I'm a weekend warrior. I like to go play basketball. I made sure they had a seat because my knees are a little, so I make sure I sit down through my presentation. Let me just go through this. This right here is my whiteboard. See, they cover my whiteboards, but I like to use this because we get to map out most of our situations over here. Usually, if there's a real estate deal we're gonna go over, and someone in the group is having a problem, all we gotta do is just map it out, right? Give you a bird's eye view. Because with that, we get to kind of figure out, let's put an extra set of eyes on it. Instead of you or us, instead of me trying to do this by myself, I'll put a deal on the board and I'll let 4 other people look at it, right? These are my partners right here, Jason, Rick, you saw Ron. We'll look at it and maybe they see something I don't see, right? And that's what we usually take care of. This is what we do here. The chairs are changed up a little bit, but usually this is a conference room where we have our masterminds every week, right? This is where we meet. Now, this is my son. He just graduated from audio engineering school. And that's a little about me. Now let me show you some of the real estate that I've done. Right here, this is a wholesale deal. One of my first ones, right? Quick wholesale deal, I made 10K. This is in Astoria, Queens, right? Quick 10K profit, right? Right here, this is one of my rentals that I have. I've had it for a little bit of a while. Before I got here, learning this little system, I wasn't doing well with this property. But now, today, I cash flow. You know what I'm saying? After I've invested in my knowledge, I cash flow a little bit from it. So, the part that I want you to understand with this real estate and why we have people is we're able to now, once we're learning how to do this, right? I can help you, I can help this person, I can help each person learn, right? What the system does, the Renata system, the education system, what it does is it pays us commission up to 50% per sale. So if the essentials, did he put the prices up here? Right? If the essentials cost $2,000, you can make $1,000. We have the big one, which is the extreme combo, which is what I have. If someone gets the extreme combo, you can make $10,000. You know what I'm saying? That's the extra income that we have. Because most of the time when you're doing real estate, and I need one too. Why you pass it to me? That's all right. Most of the time when you're doing real estate, right, and you're working on your first deal, the problem is income, right? That's the usually that's the issue. That's the usual issue. Now, hold on, let me get through the candy. Let me get through it. I really need water. Kev, do me a favor? I got water in my car. Yeah. Right, like in the back seat. Big bowl. Thank you.
Oh, nice and cold.
Can't bring no water today?
Go get some. Listen, if anybody does need water, we got a vending machine. We're gonna take a break soon. We got a vending machine, snacks, water, everything, coffee, everything going on right in the lobby if you need to go get that, right? Now, I want to show everybody one of the things I learned when I got here, before I got here, when I started doing real estate. Right? Knowledge. That's the first one. So I'm going to sit down, so we're going to watch this together. When I started doing real estate, I came in, and what I was doing was one strategy, right? The one strategy that I did, when I would buy a house, and at the time it was back in '04, I bought a house, and what I did was I pulled all the equity out. Right? What they call that?
Equity strip.
Refund.
Equity strip. Refinance. Who said refinance?
I call it equity break.
Equity rate. So I refinanced, and I would do that a couple of times. What happened was that was my only strategy, because I was new. And then when the recession came, I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea what was going on. So all the equity was just leaving town, right? The equity packed up and left. And that was my only strategy. So what happened, wait, yes, all right. Thank you for the water. Thank you. So what happened with the equity is I pulled it out and I got all this money, and I'm a kid from Brooklyn, right? And I saw 100 grand in my account, and I went crazy because I wasn't raised like that. So I would go out and, you know, this is a bottle of water, but it could have been a bottle of Moet. You know what I'm saying? That's what it would be. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you gotta live life, right? The problem was, without the knowledge of what to do, when the recession came and all the equity was gone, there I was, properties in foreclosure, because I didn't know any other way. You understand? So for a while I had to tread water, kind of figure it out. And that's when I came here and I found a system to show me what to do, what I wanted to do. And a lot of this is about what you want. When you're doing real estate, it's about what you want and what you're willing to do. For me, it was to be around a bunch of people that knew way more than me. You understand? I wanted to be around people that knew more than me, because that's one of the ways I wanted to learn. Right? So when I got here, I went to a meeting, and this guy, just like Ron was here, this guy was talking about real estate. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand it. Most of us know what we know. I already felt like I knew it all. But what he said, he looked at me and he said like this. He said, listen, if you know everything that you know in real estate, you will understand that these recessions happen all the time. I said, oh, okay, no problem. And this is the slide that I saw, right? I'm gonna show you. We're gonna watch it together. So right here, this is the cover of Time magazine in 2005. Home Sweet Home. Best time to buy a property, right? Which was what I did. Right? Now, check this out. The real estate bust. What year was that?
Next year.
7, 8.
2 years after that.
2008.
2008.
I want to hear some years.
2008.
7 and 8.
2007.
Right? About that time. Check this out.
Should have known.
1990.
Really?
So from there, what it was is I didn't know that. I didn't know that these things go like this all the time. You understand? That's when I realized this is what I was missing. For me, this is what I was missing. And that's why I came here, and this is what I started. We're gonna do one more for fun. What year is the sky high housing, building up prices up? What year do you think that is?
2009.
204. 1920.
205.
Could be now.
Yeah, right. From then till now.
Could be right now, right? Yes.
Zoomed up.
Check this out. 1977.
Oh, wow.
Imagine, you know what's funny? I look for someone now with a house from 1977, because I know they're trying to get out of it today, right? So that's how this is. And again, before we get into this, because we got other speakers that's going to talk about what they do to make their money and to do this. It's not for everyone. I just want to say that, right? But if we're able to collaborate and do this together as a team, And if you're here on a Sunday, a nice day like today after it snowed last night, then we probably do share some of the same values, right? We share some of those same commitments, some of the same dedication. And that's what we look for, right? And if we're able to get together, I'll show you some more things that we're able to do, right? So here's the Bronx, just to show you a little real estate. This is a property we did as a team. 2 or 3 investors got on it, flipped it, made about, it was maybe a little less, right? One of the things we love to do is property tours. The property tours, that's where we showcase how we acquired the property, all right, where we got the money, where did the funding come from, all right, and then the exit strategy. What strategy are we using, right, to create the profits? You understand? So these are the property tours. We love doing this. I'm gonna show you one more. This is in Long Island, right? Another set of investors got on this deal. You don't always have to do real estate on your own or with someone. You can do it on your own, you can do it with someone. It just depends. Sometimes the help is good. You understand? So this was before. See how it was boarded up? And this is the good part, because sometimes we'll go into a property before it's done. Right? Not at an open house. I'm talking about while it's still pretty, you know, old and pretty bad. We're going to be hosting one of those property tours coming up soon in Belmore, right? And everybody's going to get an invite to that. So you can show you how that works, okay? Whose deal is that? Whose deal is that?
Nobody's.
Again, that's it after property tour. So as you can see, what happens is here's the investor, right? And what he's doing is he's talking about, okay, this is how I did it, this is what happened. You know, there's no sheetrock here, it's a big hole in the wall. That's the best time. If you want to be an investor, that's one of the best times to get in and find out how it worked. You understand? So our property tours, write that down, put that at the top of your list. Make sure whoever invited you, you on the list, say, invite me to the next property tour, because that's where you're going to learn how a lot of the stuff that we do, this is how it's done. All right? Now, let's get into some of the income. This is more real estate. All right. Now, who's here for the first time? First time? You've never seen anything before? You're just here, right? Who else? First time, right? How'd you find us?
Online.
What was it? Eventbrite?
Yes.
Eventbrite?
Yes.
Okay. How'd you find us?
Amar Minton.
Say it again?
Amar.
Amar. Oh, Amar. Okay. Conversation, he spoke to you?
I've known him for years, and I spoke to him the other day, and he was like, "You should come out because I'm down here from Poughkeepsie."
Right.
So,
Oh, Poughkeepsie. Okay. What's your name?
Crystal.
Crystal. What's up, Crystal? All right. So you got a friend online.
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Yeah, I sourced it out.
And then you came for the 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
You were here for 11 o'clock too?
I signed up for this one. I signed up for the one before that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's cool. So Eventbrite. Ricky?
Yeah.
Ricardo? I seen you before though. Right?
You seen him?
No. Okay. Nah, I've never seen you. So you here for the first time? Who else here for the first
Be
time?
online.
First time? How'd you get to us?
Ricardo.
Ricardo? Okay. Who else? Who else was here? First time. How'd you find it? Eventbrite? What's your name? Chi-Chi? How you doing?
It was either meetup.com or Eventbrite.
Okay. And these were real estate ads, right? All right.
I searched for free events.
For free events.
Dangerous word.
So you search for free events in real estate
No, just free events for Eventbrite.
on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
So why'd you pick real estate? What's your name?
I was interested in that.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. You was Do you know why you're interested in real estate? Can you tell us?
Make money.
To make money? What would you do with the money when you get it? What are some of the things you want to do?
Make more money.
To make more money. And when you get more money, right? Make even more? Then what do you do? What do you do with the money?
Continue reinvesting.
Okay, reinvest. Right?
I would try to help the community.
In what way? Help the
I don't
community.
know, the kids, the people that don't got nowhere to stay, nothing
Right.
to eat. Just
Play more.
So you're saying you want to provide housing,
yeah,
right? For the people who don't have it.
right.
Okay.
They
That's
call that-
noble.
They call that like a non-profit, right? Or something
Yeah,
like that.
Right.
Yeah, I looked that up. I got a
Joe,
whole
I'm
thing
gonna
on how
play
to
more.
do a non-profit.
You want to do a nonprofit.
Yeah, for the
Everything is written off for the non-profit, right?
Right.
and then educate the kids. Properly.
Educate the kids. There you go.
Probably.
See, that's a purpose. So let's say you want to make more money. One of the things we learned that money itself is only a tool, right, to get you what you want. Go ahead, Mark. You want to sit? You want to sit here or you want to sit over there? There you go. I tell you, the seats are gonna open up. We'll be good in a second.
Can I grab that seat, Joe?
Yes. Come on, Harvey. Have a seat, brother. I don't need no more chair. Okay.
Are we turning out?
Yeah. I don't need this chair. That's fine.
Can't turn it.
You can just go in here. Money itself, money by itself, is only going to get you what you want, right? And that's where we start when it comes to learning this business. And this part of business teaches us that money won't keep you in it. This is what I've learned. In my time, money won't keep you. It's what you want to do with it. So you keep one thing is to reinvest, right? So Chi-Chi, let's say you keep making more money. For me, I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why it was important for me to do real estate is because this kid right here, my son, he was born when I was 19. So right now I'm 46, right? So I'm a young kid with a young boy running around. And, needless to say, it didn't work out with his mother, so that's all right, right? And he moved to Pennsylvania. I didn't, I could have probably fought it. I could have said, you can't take my son out of the state. All the mess that could have happened. But I didn't do that. He lives in the Poconos, I'm out here in the city. So what I needed was flexibility. Because in order for me, I was raised by my dad. So in order for me to have a relationship with my son, I'm 22 years old. In order for me to have a relationship, I needed flexibility. I can't have a job to ask for a day off or to leave early if he got a basketball game at 3 o'clock. You understand? So for me, why I picked real estate, one of the main reasons was because I needed flexibility to make sure I have a relationship with my kid. You understand? So and legacy on top of that. So that's what I mean when I say you gotta have a reason for doing this. Because I've seen it over and over again, and my partners and my fellow investors in here will attest. It's not a lot of people don't stick to it when it gets tough. Right? You're gonna hear from one of my team members today, right? When what he went through in his downtime, right? What he went through in his struggle. When you start doing this business, you hit a wall, boom. You hit a wall and you get frustrated. When you hit that first wall, most people, they quit. They tap right out. Right? It's like we would be like, oh, you're not built for this.
Pineapples.
But here's the thing, this is to inspire you. Our meetings, this here is to inspire you. I aspire to inspire. to let you know that I go through the same things. I go through the same struggles. The one thing that does help me is the people that's around me and the people that I listen to. Right? When you're having a conversation with yourself, which it gets hard, it's just you and you, the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, it does get difficult. Right? So these trainings, what we have on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, what you saw, that's what helps you to give yourself a better conversation with yourself. Because you get better things to say instead of, you know what, this is not for me. Or, you know, I go talk to Joe because he told me there was a better way to do it. You understand? So Chi-Chi, what you gonna do with the money?
Probably ensure generational wealth.
Okay. Generational wealth is cool. You have kids? Okay. What else would you do with the money?
I don't know.
You don't.
I don't know right now.
You don't know right now. So what I'm telling you, that's something that you would think about. I want everybody to think about that. That's something that you would think about in order to understand. If you're gonna do real estate, as you get information and you're online and you go into events, without the purpose that you're doing it, it's hard to stick to it. You understand? It's a challenge. Not impossible. It's just a challenge. So I put that in front of you so you can understand, right? What else would you do with the money? What's your name?
Marcelli.
Marcelli? Marcelli. How you doing?
So obviously I told you I want to like to reinvest.
Reinvest.
And eventually I want to have more free time for my family.
Free time.
Yeah.
There you go. Freedom is another one.
I want financial freedom.
Financial freedom. To do what you want.
I don't want to have to wake up in the morning every day because I have to now. Because I have to go look at a sale or
What do you
somebody
do?
else
What do you do
tell me
now?
what to do. I'm a nurse.
You're a nurse. Oh, that's a noble job.
Oh my eye.
His eye is red though. He does have a red eye.
He's like, I need help. He's like, help me.
Well, okay, so you're a nurse. I always look at that. My mother was a nurse's assistant, right? So I always look at it. You're helping people. What is it that wants you don't want to be a nurse or?
I would like to start my family soon.
Right.
And having to be at a job for 12 hours, 3-4 times a week, it's hard.
Definitely.
I like to be there when my child grows up. I like to teach them, be there throughout their education versus having to be at a job.
Nice. So freedom is another reason to do what you want, to spend time with your family. That's another very good reason to want to do this, right? Those are some of the things that's going to keep you in there, right? Tell everybody your name. What's up, Dex? I know Dex for a little while. Where you from, Dex?
Brooklyn.
BK. All right.
They call it Nooklin now.
Nooklin? Oh, don't kill us.
Oh no.
Don't kill us, huh? Why we can't be Brooklyn? Why we can't be Brooklyn?
It's not the old Brooklyn.
I thought it was Crooklyn still.
I think it's still Brooklyn.
They
It's
don't
still
even call
Brooklyn.
Bedford Stuyvesant
I'm from
Bed-Stuy
Flatbush.
no more. They call it Stuyvesant Heights.
That's what they call
Changed
it.
the name.
Pardon me, what part you in?
Bushwick.
Bushwick. Where you grew up?
Crown Heights.
Crown Heights. So I grew up in Flatbush.
My father had a store in Bushwick. Kentucky
Okay.
Fried Chicken. I was on the corner of Bushwick and Murder.
Oh man, they
That was my father.
building a big complex
Yeah, I
there.
know. And they told
Right now.
that.
That's right down the block from me.
Right.
So Dex, tell us,
Booming. Booming.
what would be your reason that you want to do this real estate thing?
Hey, for my legacy, for my family.
Yeah?
Building a strong foundation. I have 8 kids, 5 girls, 3 boys, and a grandson.
Whoa, how many kids?
Oh, daddy.
Yes.
There you go. So for your family.
It's not that I'm not a careless individual, but when it comes to certain things that having to do with family, I come from a large family. I have 8 brothers and sisters total. I have 5 brothers, 3 sisters. So I always come from a large family. And family foundation is important. Very business minded. They're into real estate, commercial properties, in the United States and also abroad.
Right.
So, and also into the restaurant business. But the thing about it is that family legacy is so important, is that you start to realize how much you know as you get older. When you get older, you realize you don't know anything.
Right.
Because family is just there at times just to protect you.
Right.
And they say, I want my kids to have this, I want my kids to have that. But they don't really focus on the education part. So as I got older, my brothers, they didn't get wiser. I was the smart one because I was the last one. I was the middle child, so nobody really had to worry about me too much because I was the one that pretty kept everybody grounded. My older brothers and my older sisters and my younger brother. But when I lost my older sister and I lost my younger brother, everybody else is pretty much on their own. So I was just left to really take care of my family business, my mother and my father. My father had a stroke, so then it became even more harder to manage my time here and also manage what's going on abroad. So, and when my grandfather passed away, my grandfather lived to 103.
Well,
So,
bless him.
and my grandmother's birthday is actually in April. She's going to be 100. So, the longevity of my family, but the knowledge. My grandfather always told me when it came to real estate, investors would come to him to buy property in St. Vincent in the Grenadines and like, oh, we offer you $10 million for this piece of land. He would always say no. He would say, no. And he would say to me, he would say, son, one thing about money comes and goes, but the land always stays. So don't always focus on foundation. Work on your foundation. Foundation is everything. Foundation is everything. So I'm not ashamed to say I'm here to learn.
Right.
I'm not.
Okay.
It's not about the money. Because no matter whatever you chase in life, you're never going to catch it. Let it come to you. And it's going to come to you based on what you know.
That's true.
Because your knowledge is your foundation. You always go up with that. So that's the reason why I'm here.
Respect. I hear you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Give him a round.
Yeah, man.
So what do you think would be your biggest challenge in doing it, getting started? Right, you got your grandfather. Your grandfather was around and he told you to do real estate. Right,
It's just completing.
I know you for a little while.
It's just completing. That's the only thing. The hardest challenge is completing. Just
Completing or starting?
Not starting, completing. Because a lot of people start things, they never finish it.
That's true.
It's just completing, it's finishing. If you start something, you gotta finish it.
Because sometimes you get frustrated.
You get sidetracked, you get distracted.
Distracted.
You get distracted, and sometimes you just get lazy. You get in your comfort zone. It's much more easy to want to relax and just try to sleep on it. And not
That's
worry
a
about
good
it
one.
because the rest is what we all lack at times, because we lack rest because we also lack structure. That's why we lack rest.
Right.
With the proper structure, you will get the proper rest you want, but you gotta work for it. As you say, when you hit a wall, most things that hit a wall, what happened? It goes back down, it goes right back down to the bottom.
Right, that's true.
It's like jelly, slap jelly in the wall, it's gonna go back nice.
Nobody
nice
bust
wall.
through that wall.
Right, you gotta bust through
You
it.
gotta bust through.
But it comes with force.
Right.
You gotta bust through
Where
it.
the force gonna come
The
from?
force comes from the foundation of how much power you have.
Knowledge.
And the knowledge. Superman was born with power, but he didn't know how to use it
So,
until he was taught.
so what was the most important thing for him?
The education.
The knowledge.
The knowledge. Knowledge is key. Everything else comes after.
Right.
So
And then the force, the ability to apply what you learn.
that's how-
To understand that when you start, as soon as you start this, it's immediately difficult. The second you start doing this game, this real estate game, is hard. There's an obstacle in front of you immediately. Right? Remember your purpose. Remember why you're doing it. That's the part that's going to keep you going through those things. What Dexter was talking about, when you start, it's hard to finish. Because you're going to get the house, you're going to take it to the real estate agent, or you're going to take it to the investor, and he's going to say, you know, I don't like this house. It took you so long to find it. You thought it was a good deal. You thought it was a good deal. You take it to him and he says, numbers ain't that good. Right?
Right.
All the
On
time.
to the next one.
They do it all the time.
Exactly.
So you go on to the next one, and the same thing happens again.
That's why you got your list.
All right. So now you got your list, and you went through it how many times? Right? Jill, come in. Have a seat, brother. So just sit down.
You gonna tell him? You gonna tell him?
You're on the hot seat.
They laugh because they know him, right? But they don't know you. Nobody, they don't know you. So listen, this young man, how old are you?
26,
baby.
26. Okay, 26 years old, right? And what I want you to understand is he came to me. He was looking for houses, and how many houses you think you went through before you got your first deal?
About like 100 houses.
100 houses, right? So let's just focus on that number. To go through 100 houses, how much time do you think it took you?
A lot.
How much time?
How much time?
Yeah.
So say like 3 months.
Okay, 2-3 months. So in 2-3 months, right? You spend 2-3 months looking for one deal, right? What happens is now all that time, you think you should have got paid for it? You saying no? Think you should have got paid for the time?
In your mind.
In your mind, of course, because it's hard to spend, right? She back there. She thinks she's like, yeah, I should have got time is money, right? I should have got paid,
But you did get paid through experience.
right? That's true. But experience might not pay that bill,
Nah.
right? So you got bills. You have things that you have to pay for, right? I want y'all to understand, in this business, you do not get paid for your time. You don't get paid for your time. You get paid for your skills, your knowledge. You get paid for what you close, actually. You understand? So what we doing here, we setting you up exactly for what you need to know, the tools. Our community is about giving you the right tools to get it done. We have what works, right? Understand? So it took him 2-3 months. The reason why, are we talking about the struggle here? That's a wall. So for 2-3 months, he's banging his head on this wall. Can't get the right deal, right? He can't get it. Most people, I think it was longer than 2-3 months. I think you're being generous.
Yeah, I think about like 5 months.
5 months, see?
Like 5 months.
Most people tap out by that time, right? And so finally, what you got now? Your first?
I locked up my first deal a day before my birthday. First fix and flip.
All right. Congratulations. You see what I'm saying? You gotta have enough in you to make it through that. To get, so it's not, it's until I get my first deal. Until I get it. Right? I'm gonna do this until. It doesn't matter the time, because you're not gonna get paid for your time. Okay? And so now how many deals you got going on now at the same time?
2. I got 2 deals going on.
Right. There you go. You see what I'm saying? Threshold. This is what I want to help everyone in this room understand. That you will get frustrated. There will be times where you want to quit, right? Just come back over here and have a conversation with us, and we can help you get through it. You understand? Because we all go through it. It's like a little AA meeting or something. Right? We get together. We get together and say, "Oh man, tell me your problem. Tell me what happened." Right? Or you get inspired by someone else's success. The success of somebody else will help you go to the next level. And that's really, 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 really what I like to do here. I like to inspire people to stay in this and do, because I know what it did for me and I know what it can do for you. All right? More money. Thank you, sir.
Problem,
You the man.
You the man.
You the man.
Gio, the man.
All right. So now, once you make it through that threshold, now you have to make income. Once you're in the business, another thing that we go through in this business is I get a lot of people that start. Let's say you start and you make it, right? You saw that the stuff we have is online, right? So we have the online thing. So I can go to my computer and I can just get online. That's easy. That's the easy part. I've seen a lot of people invest in our system and do absolutely nothing. You understand? Would you invest 20,000 into something that is a tool and do nothing with it?
No, it's not wise.
It's not wise, right? What's your name?
No.
Mo. How you doing, Mo?
Good.
I'm Joe. Where you from?
Long Island.
LI. What part?
Valley Stream.
Valley Stream. I like Valley Stream. I got a house in Rosedale. Listen, Mo. Tell me. Forget everybody else. What are one of the reasons that you are here? You would say.
I'm trying to develop an alternative stream of income.
Alternate stream of income, right? What's your current income now? Oh, not the number. What do you do?
IT. I work in IT.
IT. And you chose real estate?
Yeah, it was in my mind. Back home in my country, I started construction business with my uncle.
Right.
So after coming here, it was in my mind, so I was looking for an opportunity to do it. So once I've done the IT, so I went to invest and reinvest and develop an alternative stream of income. Additional stream of income.
How long have you been interested in doing it?
It was in my mind, but I was getting mails and texts after texts, and I did not delete it intentionally because I was interested that let me get settled down into my primary job. And if I can generate some money from there, I would invest and develop an additional stream of income.
So now you think that now is your time?
Hopefully within a couple of months, because in the knowledge, I need to gather knowledge
Right.
on the American perspective. So maybe I'll take some time, 6 months, 1 year, So once I'm confident with the knowledge, I know the business,
Right.
then I'll start investing.
There you go. That's another thing. Confidence, right? We help empower investors so you can have confidence to make a decision in real estate investing, right? One of the things that gives you confidence is some money. When you make some money, you gain a lot of confidence. Right? When you get knowledge and you know what you're doing, you gain a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Right? That helps too. That helps a lot.
Exactly.
All right. So now you're investing. We ask everybody, another stream of income. What are some of the things you want to do with your income?
Going in.
Dreams, like what do you want to do with your income? Your extra stream. So extra stream of income is money.
Yeah, first is the freedom.
Freedom.
I want to keep a legacy
Okay.
behind for my next generation. And I have some innovative ideas to do some kind of, it's a little longer dream, but that is the actual realization that I want to do after 10 years or so. I want to do some charitable work.
Charitable work.
Yeah.
Noble.
That's mine. So that's my plan.
I got you. Very good. Thank you, Mo. So as you can see, we have the first part of this is the purpose. What your purpose is going to keep you in the game. Whatever your purpose is, your reason, right? It does get tough. Just remember that you can get through it. Right? We have the tools in order to help you do that, and more of that is coming today. I was just the interlude, the entrance to your bit of training today. Who you're gonna hear? You're gonna hear from some of my guys, and they're gonna talk about the things that they do to make the income, right? In our thing. One more guy, Patrick. I'm telling everybody who you are already. How you going? How you doing, man? How's your developments and stuff? Working out? Yeah? What you got now?
Just got back in December, so I'm trying to. I met with a guy who has a building system that I was trying to buy from him, but he wanted too much for it.
Okay. He had a building system?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has a development going now, and I have one to start in June.
Starting in June?
Yeah.
All right.
So I was trying to get the forms from him, but he wanted too much. So I'm trying to source some of it and send it, and in preparation for June.
No problem. All right. Good update. Good update. Listen, we're gonna take a break. All right. A little water break. Maybe just 5 minutes. Right. I'll be back. We'll be back. We're gonna bring up the next person that's gonna speak. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about. We're gonna keep talk. What we're gonna take you through is we're gonna keep taking you through what it takes to get your first deal, to get your first check, right? And what using our system, more about the systems we have that help you do that. All right. So take a little 5-minute break, stand up, stretch. It's a little warm in here. Maybe you want to take some air outside. All right.